So, what are the likelihoods that Kathleen Kennedy is actually going to stay the head of Lucasfilm? There have been many failures under her, and the most recent one being Indiana Jones. Let's talk about the possibility of her actually leaving and who might replace her. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. I'm going to start this video out with talking about Star Wars. Obviously, this is kind of within my realm under Lucasfilm. The Indiana Jones thing is just the most recent failure under Lucasfilm. But within Star Wars, there have been quite a bit of failures. Fans have not been receiving the new Disney Star Wars very well unless it's certain animation like Rebels or the final season of Clone Wars. But it's just not been as good as it was under George Lucas. And George Lucas is even the one that hired Dave Filoni, and Disney canceled the remainder of the Clone Wars series, which Dave Filoni is working on, and he had to fight to get that last season that we got. People also, with a fan favorite character like Obi-Wan Kenobi, people didn't receive his show as well as they were hoping they would. Mainly because they made half the show about this new female character that honestly nobody really cared about. This isn't even to mention the sequel trilogy, which it seems like half of the fans liked it and the other half hated it. It really split the fan base, which is not what you want. And you're seeing that happen with DC right now with the Snyderverse people and the people who are excited for James Gunn's universe. Now let's get into some different articles I found to talk about this a little bit. So let's switch over and look at those. So one of the major things within Star Wars is Kathleen Kennedy has said that Star Wars is ready to move on from George Lucas. George Lucas is the creator of Star Wars. Yes, it's great to have other people write stories, but move on from George Lucas? The guy came up with the entire concept of Star Wars. Are you kidding me? And I don't know. Here's her quote. And I think it offers just tremendous opportunity to introduce new characters and start with something fresh, because we culminated with what George Lucas was creating. And now we take all that and move it to the next chapter. So we're ready to move past George Lucas a bit and introduce all these new characters. And I think this specific quote comes from the backlash about The Acolyte, where pretty much the writer of The Acolyte has been trashing George Lucas. She thinks that, I don't know what she thinks, to be honest. I heard the interview and she just sounded insane. It was so bad. So now they're hiring writers that hate George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. They're now writing for Star Wars, so they should be pretty thankful for what he's done. But moving on past that, they've never even seen Star Wars. They're hiring writers who hate George Lucas. They're hiring actors and writers who have never even seen Star Wars. So they're coming in with a completely different interpretation, throwing away all lore that we basically know and love. I can't get behind that. I don't know. I'm still going to watch the show. I'm still going to watch The Acolyte. Maybe it'll be good. I really hope it is. In the interview, I kind of see a little bit what she's saying, that there can be some new takes on Star Wars, and maybe they're going to be good. I don't know. One of the newest projects, honestly, coming from Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon, it was originally written as a Star Wars movie, so we'll see. I think the possibility of like an R-rated Star Wars type universe could be really, really exciting, and I'm excited to see what he does with it. Let's go to this here. The newest failure under Lucasfilm, Indiana Jones. Honestly, I've not heard terrible things about the movie. I've yet to watch it. I really need to go watch it because I do love Indiana Jones and I love Harrison Ford. But it did not do good at the domestic box office. That's just a fact. So, budgeted, here it says in the article, you can see right here, budgeted $295 million just to make the film alone. That does not include marketing. I would guess marketing probably puts it over $400 million. And in its opening weekend, it made less than The Crystal Skull. The Crystal Skull, by fans, has been widely accepted as the worst Indiana Jones film. And that's insane. Dial of Destiny only made $60 million. That's $1 million less than The Crystal Skull. This is not good. Not good for Lucasfilm whatsoever. I don't know. and maybe it's a little bit of backlash from the Crystal Skull. I don't know. You can see here in the article, obviously it mentions, which is true, remains a divisive movie, especially among fans. And then you come into a movie like this, Dial of Destiny. This is what I was talking about earlier. When you have a fan base that's split, half of them are going to go watch it. And that's where you come into $60 million at opening weekend for an Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford. That is not good. Not good at all. So that really leaves the question, is Kathleen Kennedy going to stay at Lucasfilm? We know Disney loves making their money, and they're losing this much money. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. They're losing this much money. Probably about a $400 million budget with marketing included, and they're only making $60 million back on opening weekend. That is not good. Movies historically just don't go up after the opening weekend. It's always the biggest. There's always the biggest money maker is opening weekend, and that is no bueno. Most recent one obviously is The Flash, which it also mentions here, which only had a $55 million opening weekend, and it seemed like an over 70% drop in revenue the following weekend. The Flash lost so much money, and honestly, Dial of Destiny is on track to lose even more. It's also just coincidence. I know a lot of George Lucas haters and Disney defenders, whatever, will rebuke this, but it's just a coincidence. Again, for me, I think it has some impact on this. This is the first Indiana Jones movie not directed by Steven Spielberg or have a story by George Lucas. Just want to throw that out there. This is exactly what I mean when I say Disney has taken this, and when they acquired Lucasfilm, they've taken these characters that we love, like Indiana Jones, Luke Skywalker, all the Star Wars characters, and in my opinion, they've ruined them. It doesn't have to be your opinion. I'm just saying. So that leaves a question: who's going to take over for Kathleen Kennedy if she were to be outed? Who knows? Honestly, my top pick is Dave Filoni. So you can see here, I don't have a specific article to take a look at because there are quite a bit. There are always rumors within something with a large IP like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, within Lucasfilm itself, and within Disney. There's always rumors, oh, the head person's leaving because of this reason. They're being pushed out for this reason. But honestly, there have been so many failures under Kathleen Kennedy. Admittedly, there have been a lot of successes too. But I feel like there's been a lot more failures and divided fans even more. And now we're seeing a massive drop in revenue for Lucasfilm projects. But there are so many articles talking about Dave Filoni possibly replacing Kathleen Kennedy. And within Rebels, and it seems like in the Ahsoka show, she's going to go to the world between worlds. Kind of seems like he has it set up to where if he ever did take over, he could theoretically go back and fix some of the things that he doesn't like about what Kathleen Kennedy has stuck her hand into. We'll see. But I think Dave Filoni is great. I would love to see him take over Lucasfilm and really head a lot of those projects. Mainly because he is a George Lucas fan. He's friends with George Lucas. They're really, really good friends, actually. And he brings George on to consult at least consult on some of the projects that he's working on. I think he would be a really great choice. If not him, I'm not sure who else, to be honest. But I would love to see Dave Filoni take over and make a lot of passion projects within the Star Wars universe. And probably not Indiana Jones, but maybe Indiana Jones. I don't know. We'll see. So there you have it. We take a look at a couple articles talking about the failures of Lucasfilm and the possibility of Kathleen Kennedy actually having to move on from Lucasfilm. I don't know some of the decisions she's made and the people that she's been hiring for like Star Wars projects. I'm just not a big fan of. I wasn't a fan of the sequels. And I don't know, they're using old characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. They're using all these characters to introduce new characters, making the old characters seem weak and worthless to prop up their new characters like Rey. And apparently, that's a complaint from some people for the new Indiana Jones movie as well, that they introduced this new character who's supposed to be like a female version of Indy, and they really prop her up at the expense of Indiana Jones. I don't know if that's true. I haven't watched the film yet. We'll see. I'm gonna go watch it probably this weekend. I'm not gonna do a review on it though, obviously, because it's not within this realm, superheroes and Star Wars. But the Dial of Destiny was not a success for Lucasfilm. Another failure under Kathleen. I don't know. I wish her the best, and I hope they can kind of figure some things out. But we'll see. Maybe Dave Filoni will take over. That'd be nice. But apparently he's done with Star Wars after his film. I don't know if that's true. I hope it's not, because he's great. I really love him. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. Comment down below who, if not Dave Filoni, would you want to see take over Lucasfilm and really lead Star Wars and all these Lucasfilm IPs. And also, make sure you subscribe, because I plan to do a lot of videos like this one and many other ones. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Peace.